Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink.
Hey guys, welcome to the Bear's Den. My name is CODENAMEBIGBEAR, Stuart, if you want to call me by my first name. Today, I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who. Mainly because that's all I've been watching the last couple of weeks. I've just finished from Eccleston to Matt Smith's very end. And do you know what? I absolutely loved it. I really did. But I'm going to be talking about Doctor Who, telling you some things I liked about it, some things I didn't like about it, and I'm also going to tie in a game to this as well. So don't worry guys, there's still going to be something to talk about game worthy. But, as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe guys. We have hundreds and hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel. We have our website as well. All the links as usual are down below. But give us a subscribe, hit that notification bell, write a comment below. The stuff that always I say at this point in the video. Sorry about that. Doctor Who. Oh, by the way, it's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, people. Have a little bit. I'm going to cover it up with my hair. There you go. Actually, that means I should be changing that. That's better. There we go. Anyway, so Doctor Who. So as I said, I watched Eccleston to the end of Matt Smith. In reality, I've actually watched 2 episodes of Capaldi when he first came into being Doctor Who, but that was when it was on television, so that was quite a few years ago now. And I've just been actually catching up. I've not watched Jodie Whittaker at all. What I will do is do another video in the future dedicated to Whittaker and Capaldi. Hopefully once it appears on Netflix, that'll be nice. But what did I like about Doctor Who? Well, the first thing I loved about Doctor Who was Christopher Eccleston himself. He is my personal favourite Doctor in the modern Doctor Who's. He was just angry and clearly hid something behind those eyes. And obviously when he's talking about the Time War as well, you know, you kind of got the feeling that he really regretted what he did. And honestly, his back and forth between Rose, the character Rose, played by Billie Piper, was brilliant. It really was. It actually, to choose the word carefully here, it was fantastic. Eccleston just smashed out of the park. It's a massive shame that he only did 1 series, never really returned to the series in any shape or form, apart from the odd like facial cameos. But even then, they were just kind of facial cameos, they weren't really anything else. But his character and Rose, so his Doctor and Rose, they were great together, they really were. And this is actually saying something, because personally, out of the companions that existed, I'm not including, well actually I will include Clara in this. Yeah, including Clara, I think that Rose was one of the worst. Now, don't hate me, don't hate me. Don't hate me. She's still excellent. She still really is. But it's when she gets bad, it's when Tennant turns up. So before Tennant turns up, Rose and the Doctor were just kind of like best buds. They did everything together. They just kind of had a laugh. That's all it was. It was them having a laugh and having a good time. That's kind of what you got throughout the entire show. But when Tennant turned up, that dynamic completely changed. Oh. Just a torch. Instead of, you know, being best buds and just hanging out and just really enjoying themselves and having a really good time, Rose kind of went all doe-eyed and she just fell in love with a pretty new young man, not the dude with the big ears and the big nose and the northern accent. Even though Tennant's Scottish, who's definitely more northern, but obviously he wasn't really Scottish in the... I'm getting too far ahead of myself. But either way, yeah, that dynamic really shifted Rose's character. She, instead of becoming this capable friend that would just do anything for a friend and just, you know, out of loyalty towards him, she became this one who just chased him all the time, every step of the way. And it really just kind of, for me, just really bothered me. I didn't realise, for one, I didn't realise Billie Piper only really had 2 series until I rewatched it on Netflix, as I said. But it was an interesting thing. Now, well, again, not bad by any stretch of the word, but it was one thing I picked up on, which, if that works, then realistically, Billie Piper, or Rose, only really was with the Doctor for about a week. Hear me out. There was a point where the Doctor's gone to Torchwood, and they are the ghosts, the ghost episode. Hopefully you remember the ghost episode with all the Cybermen. And as as the Doctor comes out of the TARDIS, they're looking for Rose. Like, oh, you must be Rose, and Jackie Tyler is there. So Jackie comes out, and at that point, David Tennant's Doctor said, "Oh, she looks a bit different because a week ago she sucked in all the TARDIS life, or she looked into the time vortex, and it's just aged her up a bit." Which, if that's the case, that means that entire series of David Tennant and Billie Piper was a week long in their lives, and she was just besotted by him, and she had a whole year beforehand of Eccleston. But it's a very short period of time to be so absolutely in love with somebody. I mean, I kind of get it, I guess, but TV-wise, I mean, just again, the dynamic changed. I'm going to stop talking about Rose. I'm going to stop talking about I'm going to stop talking about Rose in general, actually, but because I'm actually going to get on to Martha. In Martha, for a lot of time, people really hated her. I rewatched this. I don't get the hate. I think she was smart. She was capable. When she decided she loved the Doctor, it took a little bit of a dip, but she regained that once she decided to leave. She even straight up went and was like, I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you for any of this. You know how I feel about you. I'm off. Bye. She was smart. She was very smart. And she stayed away when she decided to have her own life. She became a doctor, she became a soldier, blah, 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 blah. But then, Catherine Tate turned up, and surprisingly, out of all the companions up until Peter Capaldi, I think Tate was the best. I really do, because again, she was that bud. She was that person who wanted to travel. She knew what she wanted to do. There was even an episode called Midnight where she's just sunbathing and the Doctor's going off on an adventure and then has some horrible things happen to him. And obviously, you get there. But I genuinely thought Catherine Tate was brilliant in this series. She was really funny. She was irritating in just the right way, but also loyal to the end. Even though she saw some things that made her want to go home so badly and so needed to go home so badly. Pompeii, for instance, the Doctor shone through, and she was like, actually no, this is the man I've got to spend the rest of my life with. And the fact that they always questioned, like, oh, you two are an item all the time, and they always deny it. I love that dynamic. I really did. I think it was a really, really cool thing. The Clara thing, on the other side, is very, very cool. I really enjoy the Clara story. I'm not sure where I'd rank her in those, but it's not finished yet. I know that Clara also goes on with Capaldi, so I will touch more on that when it comes to the Capaldi Jodie Whittaker video, I guess. Yeah. Hello, sweetie. Another thing I really, really loved about this series is something Doctor Who is very famous for, and a lot of people don't like Doctor Who because of this, but it's just how crappy it looked. Let me explain. So when Doctor Who first came out, way back in the 60s, beyond, I don't know when it came out, but when it came out, before I was born, when it was being recorded live, that kind of thing, they didn't have much of a budget, and monsters looked really quite terrible. They weren't the best. But when the new series came along, obviously they revamped them. They showed a Cyberman helmet, a Cyberman head, what it originally looked like, which is amazing because that means in this version of Doctor Who, it's still canon. Everything is still existing, everything's still as it was, even though technology has advanced now. Now, obviously, they changed the Cybermen, they changed a lot of their things. I watched an episode I hadn't seen before the other day, and it was the one with the Ice Warriors. Now, I'd seen the Ice Warriors years and years ago, when I was watching Doctor Who, because the Paul McGann film came out, and I loved that, so I went back and watched a lot of Doctor Who. And the Ice Warriors were really cool, but this one, not only did clearly you could recognise that was what he was, they sleep him down a bit and everything else, but they just keep the spirit of their villains in this so well. Davros, for instance, very, very cool. It looks amazing. I just love how everything kind of looks a bit rubbish. And the fact this new series didn't try to improve on that in any way, which a lot of revival series tend to do. I mean, a prime example is one actually, it's actually Star Wars. you look at A New Hope, you see those X-Wings and all the technology they have, it's kind of battered, very basic. And then you go back to episode 1, and everything's much shinier and newer, and that shouldn't really be. I know I'm supposed to the Rebel thing. I'm not going to get into it, but whatever. Yeah. So in the same in the same episode of the Ice Warriors, you had like a submarine that lands on some rocks. It looked like a Thunderbirds episode when like a tiny explosion is supposed to be a really big explosion, and it's clearly miniatures. It made my heart sing. It really did. I just absolutely loved that. Now I have spoken about a few things I didn't like and a few things I did like, but David Tennant, fantastic Doctor. He really was. He was great. Not my favourite, as I said. Eccleston was my favourite. But he did this one thing that really bothered me, and it was this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All the time! And then, like, the first time he did it, it impacted, it worked, it made sense. But then other times, he just throws out so quickly. It's like, is the Doctor sorry? He's like, I'm sorry, so sorry. And then, I'm just going to blow something up. Whatever. And it really bothered me. It's one of those lines that just really got my goat whilst watching this. I really haven't had much of a problem with this whole new series. I've really enjoyed everything about it. I think the Ponds were fantastic. They were great companions. I forgot to mention them earlier. But they truly were. They were really great companions. It's sad that they had to go. But that's just neither here nor there. But another thing that you may not have noticed, this is something I've noticed years ago, but when David Tennant gets angry, he shows his bottom teeth. And when he's happy, he shows his top teeth. It's just a little thing, and I'm sure it's nothing against Tennant, so I think he's a wonderful actor. But that was just something I noticed. Now, I did mention games earlier, so what time is it? Oh, it's time for Vertically Challenged! Why do I do that? I don't know. So basically, there is a Doctor Who game available on the Switch, but it's not really a Doctor Who game. It is actually Doctor Who Pinball, and it's pinball. It's just you pay £2.69 odd, I think it is, and you get one board to play with pinball, which is kind of cool. You got to fight. You have your you have to fight the Daleks. You have to fight the Weeping Angels. You have to fight all sorts of things with your pinball and do anything. Blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. You get the idea. But it was really quite cool. Obviously, I've been watching loads of Doctor Who. I decided to pick this up, and I love the pinball, and plus it gives me more excuse to use my handy grip. So let's see how this works. Oh god, everything's gone wrong. Oh, it's really warm in here. So I'm just gonna show you on this one. But look, it's really cool. I'm actually playing this in the camera here. Oh, yep, did that wrong. Oh well. But you get the idea. You've seen the main footage. But I absolutely just again, I didn't even try. But it was a really cool little game. I really love the pinball games, so it's free ones, and I pick up a few boards every now and again as I play. And the Doctor Who one was nice, but it really could have been something better. There's so much lore and so much. You have the TARDIS at the top end. You have Cybermen pop out. You have a few Daleks here and there, and the Weeping Angels, and then obviously you have your LED screen games that go with it. But there are much more exciting pinball boards out there. I played actual real pinball, and this one could have been better. But it's not bad, not at all. I mean, for a couple of quid, yeah, pick it up. If you like Doctor Who, yeah, do it. It goes all the way up to the Capaldi one as well. So I'm not entirely sure if it's spoiler free or not. I have no idea. Spoilers. Now guys, thank you very much for watching. As I said, there are links below. Please click them, go to our website, check out the rest of our YouTube channel. We have podcasts, all sorts of stuff on there. Have a look what's down there. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Ring that notification bell. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I know this is a bit of a rambly one. My videos are always rambly. Come on, they really are. But let's just have a bit of fun with this one. There's a lot of nasty things going around the world right now, and again, I'm not going to mention them by name because I don't think I should do. But Doctor Who is definitely a joy that everyone should start watching. If you loved it as a kid, rewatch it. I promise you, you're going to enjoy yourself. I really do. But other than that, guys, as always, be nice to each other, yeah? I don't change for nobody.